Yo, guess what we're covering this week? Except don't, because guessing is for wimps. Do you think a real man walks into a room and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on, tell me what's happening in this room, ah." F*** off, does he? A real man walks into a room and he tells everybody else what's going on. If a man walked in here right now and I had no idea who he was, but he started telling me what was happening, I'd have to listen to him. And if he was clapping his hands and he was like, "Okay guys, listen up, here's what's happening," it's all over. Driving. We're talking about driving. Aside from DIY, fighting and climbing, driving is pretty much the manliest thing you can do. One day, I'm going to combine all four. So, I'll be driving along and I'll have a hammer in one hand and I'll look out the window and I'll see that there's a table under construction on the street outside. So I'll lean out the window and I'll hit it with the hammer, so DIY. Then I notice the builder who's supposed to be working on the table, he's just next to it slacking off, he's not doing anything. And he looks at me and he's got this smug look on his face and he makes some stupid comment, I don't know, about my hair, some shit, I don't know, whatever. So I hit him with the hammer and fighting. What was the other one? Climbing. So we're near a cliff, right? So I drive the car straight off the cliff with the builder on the bonnet. But Dean, how did the builder get on your bonnet? Shut up, let me tell you. When I hit him earlier with the hammer, I hit him with such upward force that he flew through the air, arced, and he was flipping over and over and over until he slammed onto the bonnet. So here I am driving the car off the cliff, right? And I jump out at the last second and I hold onto the cliffside using the claw end of the hammer. And I look down and he's falling and he's going, "Oh, Dean, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, yeah, f*** you. And then he hits the valley floor and he explodes. The car explodes with him on it. So he's been crushed to death, then blown up, and then his body's been burned. So no one will ever find him, and everyone will just think he's some slacker coward who couldn't even be bothered to finish a table. So I'm holding onto the cliffside with the claw hammer, right? The claw side of the hammer, clarification. So then I use that to climb my way back up the cliffside, and then I go back to the table and I finish putting it back together with the flat end of the hammer. Back to DIY. Full circle. But driving is really manly, is the point. Basic driving pose. One hand on the wheel, one hand on the gear stick. Never the twigs shall meet. Keep your eyes off the road. Squinty eyes, looking side to side. Standard man shit, or SMS. Not a standard man shit, which is ASMS. There's going to be a link on my bio soon to my list of McMahon-chronisms. McMahon-chronisms. No street parking. Sure, you could use your mirrors, but looking back is a form of regret. And men don't have any regrets, because they do everything right. So when it comes to parking, go to a car park and drive straight into a bay. And then, later on, when you need to leave, just reverse the car without looking back. Use your instincts. If there's a traffic incident and the other person is telling you it's your fault, just remind them how impossible that is. Eventually, they'll get so embarrassed they'll just leave. So remember, no matter how angry they get, keep going. Never lock your car. Classic mistake. You should be inspiring such a potent mix of fear and respect that nobody would ever dare steal it. That's what custom license plates are for. To let people know who you are and what kind of car you can afford. And that's it. Speed through life as manly as you like. Which should be maximum. Maximum man all the time. Maximan. Catch you later. Hmm.